Boo, boo, boo,
This
boo.
talisman brought me back from the French Quarter in the blink of an eye. If Jeremy can travel so easily, then he could be hiding anywhere, even Teroea. If he can do it, so can I. I just need to figure out how the talisman works.
We back in alone in the dark. I've been away for like a day or two. Rubber stamp. Ooh, another like yappy. Sweet, sweet. This was oh god, I forgot his name. But they were looking for him in the prologue. Let's see. So quick recount. We have been hired by the niece of Jeremy because of his disappearance, and she's come to investigate what's going on with him. I've obviously been hired to assist in that matter because I'm a detective. We are aware there is a strange talisman which seems to have these. I don't really know exactly how to call it teleportation, time travel power thing. I'm not entirely sure how it all works. And yeah, a whole lot of weird juju going on. That's the way out into the main stairwell. That's cool. I might look in here. Ooh. Batiste keys, who I got from the French Quarter, back in one of the weird talisman time things. Repairing the boiler. Ooh.
Saw you notice in the boiler room. You should know Mr. Chance won't be coming back. I got no business being in there myself, but you can take a valve from the wine cellar if you want to try to stop the steam pouring out. Be careful.
Thank you, Batiste. That's quite helpful. It's quite helpful indeed. Room key number 6. Ooh, okay, we're getting some stuff.
Dr. Elmore Lee Gray is Deceto's chief doctor. Accounting and all administrative work is handled by me, Paul Waits.
Mr. Waits,
Magdalena
that's
Thompson, or Mags, is responsible for the household. Jean-Baptiste and Charlotte Tabois are responsible for keeping the guests' medical regimens in check. Finally, Jack Chance is our gardener, who can occasionally be seen in the conservatory, but is for the most part busy outside. There are currently 6 guests at Deceto. Malcolm McCarthy and Ruth Tallant reside on the first floor. Jeremy Hartwood, Elisabetta Perosi, Grace Saunders, and of course Cassandra Beauregard live on the second floor.
Interesting. Really good to know. So we've got room key 6 here for Elisabetta Perosi. Why was it here? Very strange. I'd understand if it was the empty room, but not for a room that is occupied.
There's no way I can get into this thing. Better leave it alone.
Best believe I will. No, I'm looking at this now. Patient files. Ooh. Beauregard suffers from writer's block and he's finished a moving picture script before the end of June. Oh wait, no, there's a play button.
Cassandra Beauregard, the
I love
beloved
this.
author. Very exciting, isn't it? What do you want to put down for reason for admission?
What her agent told us. Cassandra suffers from writer's block and needs to finish her moving picture script before the end of June. Mr. Chardot suggests Cassandra's heavy use of barbiturates is holding her back and risks ruining her career.
And how should we summarize her personal history?
Let's keep it short. Cassandra Beauregard is a beloved crime author who managed to pull herself out of poverty and into stardom. 5 years ago, she tried killing herself by jumping off a balcony.
Oh, damn.
The incident left her a cripple and now relies heavily on her wheelchair.
And for diagnostic impressions?
Cassandra suffers chronic back pain following her suicide attempt. She self-administers morphine to keep herself ambulant, but has become addicted and the desired effect is now lost.
Shame.
The drug abuse clouds her mind, and she is unable to focus on real life. To save herself from this insight, she instead makes up stories to fill out the gaps in her own thought process, resembling the Korsakoff syndrome.
Oh, bravo, Doctor. How will you treat her?
First of all, she needs to be weaned from her drug addiction, and hopefully it will resolve her compulsive lying. Then look into permanently numbing her pain in her back through surgery. finally deal with her suicidal thoughts.
Fantastic. With such a short time before June, I really hope she gets better soon.
We will do what we can.
I do like the fact that you can listen to all these notes, and sometimes they give you a little bit extra fluff, which is really handy. Grace from the prologue.
Grace Saunders, 11 years old. Reason for admission?
The mother insists on strict supervision by a proper gentleman to avoid further perversion of Grace's adolescence.
Personal history?
Grace's family possesses modest wealth and status. Her childhood seems ordinary, spending most of her time with private teachers and family friends. Grace's father recently passed away, leaving her mother the sole caregiver.
And diagnostic impressions?
Grace has trouble dealing with her father's death. She is willingly suppressing her feelings on the matter and isn't properly acknowledging the trauma she suffered.
Any planned treatment?
Grace needs nothing out of the ordinary. She simply needs parental guidance. Eventually, we can work on her feelings toward her father.
Thank you, Doctor. I'll finish the paperwork and get her installed.
That's just sad. So the mother, the mother admitted Grace here. I mean, no matter how she puts it, oh, strict supervision, avoid further perversion of her adolescence. But it's clearly just because the mother didn't want to do anything to even remotely deal with Grace, and that's just so sad. Man, that's that. Yeah, that's just shit.
Malcolm McCarthy, 54 years of age. Reason for admission?
McCarthy admitted himself to Dorsetto, stating simply that he needs some damn rest.
And personal history?
McCarthy claims he used to work as a lawyer in Baton Rouge, but says he can't go into details because of some legal dispute. His background remains largely a mystery, except for the occasional clue that he drops in conversation.
Huh. And diagnostic impressions?
McCarthy is an anxious man and an alcoholic. He often tells half-truths due to some deep-seated inability to trust other people.
And how will you treat that?
McCarthy will take some time to open up. Spending time with Jack's dog or the child should be good for him. Their harmless nature will help build his sense of trust.
Thank you, Doctor.
Smart. I think it's good to hear a lot of this information now, because I'm quite sure we're going to have to talk to a lot of these people, and it's good to understand ahead of time some of their demeanors and motivations, if you will.
Elisabetta Perosi, 33 years old? What should I put down as reason for admission?
Well, Perosi broke into Dorsetto and was found wandering the grand parlor.
What?
She was confused and suffered partial amnesia. She insisted she belonged here and offered to pay for her stay.
Right.
Interesting.
What do you make of her story?
Perosi claims to have been a member of the Astarte artist colony some 20 years ago, a claim that seems contrafactual due to her young age. She looks to be and even thinks she is 33 years of age. That would make her a child at the time. It seems fair to say that Perosi's story is untrue, deliberately so or not.
Diagnostic impressions? Do you have anything?
Perosi's story is peculiar.
Oh, God, excuse me.
About the artist colony.
Oh.
She no longer claims to be the same person as Elisabetta Perosi. However, my staff's research has confirmed there was a Perosi at that time who was in her early 30s.
I suppose this case will take some time to investigate. How will you go about it?
I wanted to contact the real Perosi, but it seems the whole colony disappeared one night. September 29th, 1915, during a hurricane. I will have to take it slow and figure out what this spell of impersonation could have been.
Oh, I'm sure it will all clear up eventually. Thank you, Doctor.
Now that's very interesting, and we have the key to her room. But that's quite something.
Ruth Talon, 29 years of age. Reason for admission?
Ruth's father wishes that his daughter be removed from New Orleans nightlife for the foreseeable future. He fears that her overly free spirit is tarnishing the family's reputation.
Sounds simple enough. Personal history?
Ruth comes from considerable wealth. Her family owns several hotels and restaurants. Unlike the rest of the family, her sense of adventure has taken her around the world, including France during the Great War as a photojournalist. The last decade, she has provoked many rumors of being a debauched flapper, bordering on nymphomania.
And diagnostic impressions?
Despite her father's frivolous reasons for her to be admitted, Ruth does seem to provide an interesting case. She is refreshingly open and doesn't shy away from talking about her life during the war or her continuous celebration after returning to the States. She is admittedly a sexual deviant and feels no remorse.
Damn.
And her treatment plan?
Simply staying at Derceto should do wonders for Ruth. If not, at least for her family's reputation. Ruth doesn't need to change, but with therapy I might be able to share with her some sympathy towards her family. I doubt she will settle down and become as dull as the rest of them, but at least she might try to be more discreet in the future.
Well,
Looks like all the patients are accounted for, except for Jeremy.
that's true. There wasn't a file on Jeremy. Rorschach. Rorschach testing. Yeah, that's fun. I haven't completed any of these sets yet, but I've at least started them all. But I know the game also said that you might have to do both playthroughs to actually finish all of them. Ooh.
Paul, you're right about the plates on the boiler and the clock. They have been sabotaged, and I think I know who did it. They have something to do with Jeremy's episodes and how he seems to disappear at night. Right
Because of the
now,
talisman.
it's important that you keep an eye out for any of the pieces. I want to find out if I can repair the plates. Let me know if you find any of them. Lottie.
Tell Lottie to take a look at the well in the kitchen garden.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about there. Ooh, I'm excited to explore a bit more of the manor, try to figure some more stuff out. This is great. This isn't the way to go. This is back towards Dr. Gray's office. Can I go in here? Good. Let's get back out into the hall. That's the wrong way. Here we go. Here we go. That's handy. I could just hold it to open up the map. Let's see. Can I kind of... I can't zoom in. That's not helpful. I could see where I'm at. So we were just in all those. Clerk's office. There's a puzzle. Oh, the safe, most likely. Okay. It looks like I have the way to get into the library. Maybe we go there. Yeah. We'll go to Jeremy's room in a little bit. I think for now, let's see if we can go to the library. Guessing that's just birds. Oh, yeah. That's handy. Alright, well, we've used Batiste's keys. Gets us into certain places, which is handy. Ooh, what we got here? What we got here? Lost Plantations of Louisiana.
Lost Plantations of Louisiana. Thierry Briclot, 1917. Derceto was a small plantation on the eastern shore of Lake Pontchartrain. The land was considered difficult for industry and was sold for only $30 to Elijah Pickford in 1818. Pickford employed hundreds of workers from nearby New Orleans to clear the woods and build a small plantation mansion facing the lake with a striking Greek Revival temple facade. Derceto kept a modest production of barrique tobacco and indigo that persisted up till the Civil War. During the antebellum era, Derceto was the source of many rumors concerning voodoo and witchcraft.
Ooh.
People who traveled the lake reported seeing people dance at night in front of bonfires, bleating and wailing. On June 17, 1862, Captain J.W. Norton of the Union Army recounts leading a raiding party from ships anchored in Lake Pontchartrain in order to seize control of Deseto and free the slaves working there. The captain was surprised to find the workers fighting back with unprecedented zeal. Norton's account describes these men and women as enraged with fanaticism. Pickford reportedly tried to placate the raiders, but was shot in the confusion. Captain Norton left the mansion burning and retreated to his ships with his men. Deseto was left in ruins for several decades. The ownership of the land was long disputed and returned to the Ledoux family in 1901. Several police reports were filed during the following years as the Ledoux tried to get rid of a camp of squatters on their land. The police made several visits to remove the trespassers, but the people kept returning. On November 1st, 1907, Inspector Legras of the police charged a deadly attack in order to save several children kidnapped by the squatters. Many were killed, and even more were jailed.
What?
The following year, Ledoux rebuilt Deseto, incorporating the surviving stone foundation and adding a magnificent wrought iron conservatory. The farmland had been reclaimed by the surrounding woods, so it was no longer profitable to use as a plantation. Instead, the house was turned into an artist's colony. The Astarte Artist Colony was a successful group of artists, including figures such as painter Heinrich Cassel and poet Nora Keith.
Oh.
The group was also known for their beloved Mardi Gras crew called the Pirates of Pontchartrain. On September 29, 1915, a tropical hurricane tore through Louisiana, causing Lake Pontchartrain to flood New Orleans. Due to the remote location of Deseto, it took almost 2 weeks for outsiders to learn that the artist's colony was abandoned. The 12 residing artists had all vanished without a trace. The empty mansion of Deseto still stands on the shore of Lake Pontchartrain, with much of its temple facade intact. The Ledoux family currently has no intention of repairing the house.
And this is from 1917. A lot of interesting information, especially the fact that artist colony has come up again, and that's also connected to Elisabetta Perosi. Very interesting. That's not what I meant to do, but that's what's happened. That's the button I was looking for. Sorry, it's been like 3 days, okay? I've forgotten how to play.
Ooh.
We need that. Can we get that? Oh, I guess we need like a key or something. Dang, that'd be handy. Where would that go? Oh, back towards the conservatory so I can open it from here. What the?
What's going on?
What?
Now what do we got here?
What has just happened? Some kind of pounding noise and everything. This is nuts. Oh, hang on. Nice. Doesn't look like there's much else here. The walls are all oozy. It's just strange, isn't it? Real strange. Get it. Yeah. Now everything's back to...
What happened? Everything's normal again? Right.
Just strange.
It's wedged shut.
I need something to be able to unwedge it. Nothing else around it looks, not really. Okay, well, at least we can get back to the conservatory. Where the weird whispering tree is. At least we can go through there. But what about... So these doors don't go anywhere? Go back to the library. Okay, okay. Let's keep investigating. At least we can kind of maneuver a little bit more, which could potentially be very useful for us at one point. Oh, it's proper blocked off. Okay, okay. We've learned some interesting history, some very useful information, perhaps. So another staircase to go upstairs. That's the servants' stairs. Ooh. Yes, we can have a little nose. Why not? Another wedge door, really?
Wedged shut.
Why? Why do they do that? Don't have a key for that. Guessing that's Gray's apartment. Yeah, okay, so there's not much point to come up here yet. That's cool. This is great. It's a horror mystery thing. This feels so cool. I love it. Oh yeah, I don't know how to open that, do I? I remember there was a message about where we could find it, but I've forgotten. Oh. Nurse's watch. Interessante, my sir. Interessante. Just creepy bathroom. That's where we came from the first time, from the basement. That's blocked off, that's fine. I say we go over to Jeremy's room, because that's where he mentioned in the earlier cutscene that he was maybe gonna go. So I say we carry on with that room. Well, I mean, although technically we have already done stuff in Jeremy's room, right? What's my actual objective at the moment? How would I
While
know?
Detective Carnby was grateful to be back at
Here we go.
Desetto, he was eager to test his hypothesis. After having suffered through that sinister world, dressed as the French Quarter, Jeremy's writing could be read much more literally. What if Jeremy used his talisman to actually visit those places he mentioned in the book? Carnby felt certain that this was the answer. He wouldn't find Jeremy hiding inside Desetto. He would be in one of those other worlds.
Makes sense.
And to follow in his steps.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to stop that. Right, so we have to... So there's a couple of ways to find Jeremy. Investigate what Perosi knows. I feel like we should start with that. So I say we go upstairs. Go into room 6. We have our key, so we can open up her door.
Oh.
That's it? You just have... Huh? That's it? You just kind of in awe? 'Cause I think that's the astronomical clock. It's definitely a suspicious one, that's for sure. Our room's that way. What about this way?
You need a key.
No, need a key for that. That's fine. Play around with the clock later in case it takes me somewhere.
Sorry, Detective. Didn't mean to obstruct justice or anything.
That's fine.
You know, I'm kind of busy with my own case of a missing person. I was wondering if you've seen Grace, girl about yay high.
I can't say that I have. Why are you asking?
Well, I'm looking for her.
Is she in trouble?
No. She's just hiding somewhere. But we can't have a rascal like that running around unchecked at a time like this, you understand?
Well, I haven't seen her.
Well, let me know if you find her. I'll be around. I'll keep an eye out for your man, Jeremy. You scratch my back, Detective, and I'll scratch yours.
Awful kind, thank you. Which one?
McCarthy reminded Detective Carnby of an old barfly he used to know. He detested him. There was no getting around it. McCarthy was going to have a hard time getting on his good side.
I was actually trying to find that. There we go, the map. So, does this connect me back to that wedge door? Yep. It's probably barred for a reason. This is Mr. Jeremy's room. Where we first had
everything's back to normal here.
all the weirdness happen. Ooh. Can't open that without the key. Anything else in here of use, maybe? Ooh.
Emily's here. Emily's here.
Could have been by Grace. Interesting. I thought things had changed for a moment there, but luckily, no. That would just make things far too confusing. Goodies? No goodies? How dare you? Is this Batiste? Well, I did have his keys, but I guess it's fine. But Batiste is in the French Quarter, so he's not here at the moment. Ooh. Seriously, no other goodies? Come on, guys, I need some goodies. How am I gonna survive? Fountain pen. Ooh, we are getting stuff. Just no sets completed yet, but we are getting stuff. He's a bit of a boxer, it looks like. Yeah, that's cool, man. Cool. All right, well, yeah. Thanks for the tour of your room. Let's go see Miss Peruzzi. Oh, goodies? Come on, 3 for 3 of no goodies. That's terrible. Miss Peruzzi, you in here?
Huh. How eccentric.
Sure is. Bed in the middle of the room and everything. That's quite a choice.
What are these symbols? Looks like alchemy or star constellations.
Could be an interesting thought. Oh. Procy's journal. Oh, look at that. 1, 10, 11. What?
Will I need to remember how to get them out again? They are locked up for good reason. I am sure she is still able to whisper the answer in the ears of the wrong people. But not for long. I will see her burned soon enough. That black goat will be sacrificed to put an end to it all. Then it will all be over.
What?
No more Derceto, and sadly, no Astarte. Those good pirates of Pontchartrain. May you still sail the lake, until you find the shores of Hali.
Okay. Aquarius, Scorpio, Sagittarius. 1, 10, 11. How do I know what order that's supposed to be in? I'm guessing 1, 10, and 11, like in that kind of an order. In which case, it's Aquarius, the Scorpio is the M, and the Sagittarius is the kind of okay. I can give it a go. Nope, it's none of these symbols. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, that's good to know. None of those symbols.
I did it. I crossed the thresholds to my intended destination without a focusing device.
Oh.
My talisman now knows these roads, and I have no need for the plates. I can find my way to Lafayette as easy as I find my own room. I visited the grave of my father and seen the oven waiting for me. Thank you for opening these doors. I now must summon my courage and go back to that hateful mound outside the oil rig. I hope you'll be feeling better when I return. Jeremy.
Hateful mound outside the oil rig. I wonder if that's where the grave of his father is. It's kind of a direct line of what he's doing, though.
Astarte Artist Colony. I remember hearing about their disappearance. Must have been 15 years or more now.
What?
These paintings got some grim-looking rot on them.
Is it supposed to be connected? I don't know what's going on. Complete the shape with the rot on the paintings. Okay. That's got to be a black one, right? And then that's got to be a black one. Does that change something somewhere? Well, the names it's given us are William Arges, Franklin Mosick, and Honora Keith, which must pertain to these. Ah, and then those are numbers. Okay, hang on. So William Arges is 2, Franklin Mosig is 9, and then Nora Keith is 4. So 294. Oh, and then using the... I think I got it. I need to see... yes. So 2, 9, and 4. We know Aquarius is 1. Most likely goes around a clockwise rotation. So Pisces would be 2, Aries would be 3, and so on. In which case, it's going to be Pisces, Libra, Taurus to solve the thing. Okay. I'm with you. So that one. Ah!
Got it.
I knew it generally in my head. Broken plate? Ooh! Another one of the plates, which we need those to be able to go to other places using the talisman, right? Okay, so I feel like we've solved this room. Right?
The simple astrology cipher was a favorite among the artists who lived in the house 20 years ago. They easily turned into numbers when needed, but also
Cool. Okay. Well, that felt good. That felt promising. Shoot. Bad times.